In a world where politics shapes our lives every single day, staying informed is no longer its luxury, it is power. Welcome to Political Update, new destination for clarity in a complex political environment. This is the program that goes beyond the headlines to unpack the stories behind the news, connect the dots, and help you truly understand Nigeria's political landscape. From corridors of power to streets where policies meet the people, we track key decisions, ask critical questions, and spotlight the forces shaping our nation's future. Behind the scenes, the game is always on. Power plays, shifting alliances, high-stakes negotiations, and moments that redefine governance. But here on Political Updates, it's not about rumors or noise. It's about facts, it's about policies, and it's about how political decisions impact our everyday life. No bias, no spin, just sharp analysis, bold conversations, and accountability delivered fresh and straight. This is Political Updates, where power is examined and the people remain at the center of all the conversation. Of course, my name is Hakeem Akitunde, your regular host on this new program that is making a debut on the second day in a new year that is talking about January 2nd, 2026. You're welcome to Political Update. We have a guest on the program, as it should be, and our main issue of discussion definitely will be legislature amid party politics. That should actually be giving you signal or sign of who our guest is likely to be. But before I bring him on, before I bring it on, before I bring everything on, it is about politics, and you should be well informed. Therefore, we'll take a break and let you see political undertones here and there in the course of the week. Call it political maneuvering, political tidbits, political news here and there that you should know that has been breaking in the course of the week. Once again, my name is Hakeem Akitunde. You're welcome to the program. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Former Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi has formally defected to the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Obi, who is also a former governor of Anambra State, urged Nigerians and opposition forces to unite under a broad national coalition to rescue Nigeria.
I've been part of this coalition from day one, because I've heard people say it's trying to defect or join party. I was part of this coalition from day one. So we will, in the coming months, be able to tell you what this coalition has that is different from what is happening today. Because we must show the difference. We're also begging other people from other political parties. All the opposition must come together for the sake of Nigeria. Whether you're in PDP, NPP, or any other party, we are faced with the essential threat, which we must all fight for the sake of our children. Let us come as a family under the ADC coalition.
The Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has directed his lawyers to withdraw all ongoing defamation lawsuits against several individuals, saying he was moved by the council during a New Year mass. Speaking at the Sacred Heart Parish in Uyo on Thursday, Akpabio said he had filed nearly 9 lawsuits against individuals he accused of defaming him.
Because as the priest was speaking, he wasn't the one speaking. It was the Holy Spirit that was speaking through him. And he said, leave behind all things that happen in 2025 so that they don't drag you backwards. Hatred, avarice, feeling of being defamed, feeling of character assassination, being lied upon. Everything must end here in this church today. And you will move from here into the realm of the Spirit and face Nigeria and what God sent you to do. I want to assure the priest that I have heard. And because of what you said here, I had almost 9 cases in court against some individuals, against people who defamed me, who lied against me, who slandered my name, and all. But listening to the priest, I suddenly realized he was talking to me. So I hereby direct my solicitors to withdraw all lawsuits against me.
The Bauchi State Governor, Senator Bala Mohammed, denies any involvement in terrorism, calling claims linking him to terrorism activities shocking and absurd. The governor made the remarks at the executive chambers of the government house, Bauchi State, while receiving an award of excellence as a safety ambassador from the Safety Institute of Nigeria.
I was just waking up to an occasion where I was told that I'm being accused of terrorism as a governor. Someone who is the head of the opposition. My commissioner has been kept and will not be released by an EFCC. Even when I have immunity as a governor, my name was stupendously mentioned in a motion in a court of law in Nigeria. Me, Bala Mohammed, who is recognized without my inkling for this kind of recognition. God is wonderful. I don't have to say anything. I don't even have to go to the public court. But certainly, politics has become something in Nigeria. But with this kind of people around, Mr. Magui and his colleagues, there is still hope in the country. Whatever anything does to denounce you, to prosecute you, somehow God will bring something to absorb you of blames, of persecution. Because with the little resources we have, the work we have done in Bauchi, somebody will accuse us of arbitrariness. We have a country where 51% of the resources is taken by the federal government. In my state, they have not provided 1 kilometer of road. They have not provided water. Even the security agencies, I'm the one paying them to work for us, and they have the guts to talk.
The Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Isam Wike, speaking at his end-of-the-year media session in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, dismissed reports suggesting that he assured President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of handing over the People's Democratic Party to him for the 2027 presidential election. The claim was reportedly made by Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde during a press briefing in Ibadan.
We want to see president. That's the G5. Yes, we want to see president to discuss, of course, elections were over, to discuss about certain things. While we were there, the chief of staff, of course, you should know that the chief of staff is always around the president. I was one who said, look, chief of staff, I'll come as soon as we can, remind the president of what we have discussed. There was nothing like a meeting. We booked to go and see Mr. President. So it is completely out of place for anybody to say that in that meeting, I said to Mr. President, I will hold PDP that for you. That's very unfair. Very, very unfair.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the cancellation of about $1.42 billion and $5.57 trillion in outstanding debts owed by Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, to the Federation account. The approval was contained in a document issued by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission and presented at the Federation Account Allocation Committee meeting held in November 2025. According to a statement published on the official X page of the President, the presidential approval comes amid ongoing reform efforts by the federal government to address legacy debt issues in the energy sector and improve transparency in the management of public revenues. According to the document, the debt write-off followed recommendations by the Stakeholder Alignment Committee, which was set up to reconcile long-standing indebtedness between NNPCL and the Federation. The presidency noted that the cancelled debts cover legacy obligations incurred up to 31st December 2024. These include liabilities arising from production sharing contracts, domestic supply obligations, repayment agreements, modified carry arrangements, as well as joint venture and PSC royalty receivables. The recent controversy surrounding Ogun State government's reaction to claims of not having functional ambulances stems from a fatal road accident on December 29, 2025, involving British-Nigerian Anthony Joshua on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Ogun State. The Ogun State government, through statements from Governor Abeokuta Special Advisor on Media Kayode Akimade, states that the state operates 26 basic life support ambulances deployed across urban and rural areas, with 16 ambulance points providing 24-hour coverage. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced that Israel will open what he described as a new front focused on protecting Christian communities in parts of Africa and in the Middle East, including Nigeria. Addressing an audience he identified as Christian Zionists, Netanyahu said their support was central to the emergence and survival of Israel, noting that Christian Zionism facilitated the rise and success of Jewish Zionism.
There are some people who believe that, faith should be silent and terrorism should be understood. No. Faith should speak its voice, and terrorism should be confronted, not understood, confronted and defeated. And that is what we're engaged in right now. So I want you to know that I spoke with President Trump yesterday. I said this publicly too. I see the battle against us and the battle against our Judeo-Christian tradition. They go to Europe, they go to the United States, they go to Africa, Nigeria. And we are conscious of the fact that Christians are being persecuted across the Middle East, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Nigeria, in Turkey, and beyond. Beleaguered communities.
Round-up stories as they actually emerge all through the course of the week. It is still political update with me, Hakeem Akitunde. And as I said, the main topic we shall be looking at it's legislature amid party politics. And I'm glad that we have the #1 lawmaker in Ogun State, somebody that should be call it a round peg in a round hole as far as the topic for discussion is concerned. Let me welcome to the studio the Speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide. Welcome to the program, Mr. Speaker.
Good afternoon and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. Now, before we go to the main topic, you also saw the political roundup stories, but I'll take it this way. I don't want you to react to any. The main issue as we continue to close down to 2027 is party politics. And I know that while a particular party, your party, has experienced massive defection towards it, PDP has experienced massive, running away from the party, so to say. Some members have been leaving the party. While a party known as the Coalition ADC has also been experiencing minimal defection towards them. So, what does this say, in your own estimation, about our brand of democracy?
Thank you. It's showing to me, and I stand to be corrected, the type of nature we have in the black race. I said in the black race because when we talk about defection, what we were taught in politics is that politics is a game of ideology, or party politics is a game of ideology. Why would I join a political party? The first thing is, what does this party stand for? And if you think your mind, your idea is in tandem with what the party stands for, then you join. And when you join, when you now say you want to defect, you want to move away, are you saying that party does not stand for what you believe it stood for? If that is not the case, or if that is the case, let me put it that way. What have you as a person, or as an element, as a member of that party done to redirect the party back to the ideology? And that is why a party must have manifestos. If you have to defect, are you saying that party is no longer pursuing the manifesto? Do you serve, or do you become a slave at all costs? So it depends on those that are defecting and those that are living, and where they are defecting to.
Right, Honorable.
Yes.
Are we safe to say our political parties in Nigeria lack ideology?
They don't lack ideology. The problem we have in Nigeria is not the absence of ideas. It is the implementation of their ideas. It is the idea of staying put. We have some people, when their party loses, they decamp. It doesn't have to be. You stay back, build a party, and if there's anything, let Nigerians, let the people put you back there.
With what we are seeing now, are we likely to still have credible opposition in the nearest future?
We may. There was a time in before the 2000.
Did I hear you say we may?
There was a time before the 2023 election. There was mass defection.
I agree.
Before Buhari came in, mass defection.
And even PDP was saying that we were going to rule for 60 years.
So the progressives, a lot of them moved en masse to PDP. But when the people were tired of what was happening, there was a change. We should learn from history. Those who does not learn from history are bound to be consumed
Too much
by
membership
history.
From different background, can it lead to implosion?
It is 50-50. It may not lead to implosion, and it may lead to implosion. The way it can lead to implosion is this. For instance, in this room where we are now, people keep coming in with different ideas, with selfish interests. There may be implosion in the room. But if those who are coming together are like, okay, we like the ideology of this party, we like what this room is standing for, the individual will now think, oh, whatever I put in, whatever I put on the table is in the interest of the people I want to serve. It is in the interest of the people I want to govern. There may not be implosion.
Okay, our main topic for discussion is legislature amid party politics. You are the Speaker of the 10th Assembly right here in Ogun State. How has it been?
Well, I would say so far so good. God has been helping us. God has been helping me. That is the way I can put it.
That's not the way we're going to put it.
Yes, God has been helping me.
There are three.
It's not all that cold, and it's not too hot.
Okay, 3 key issues I want you to summarize here for us. That is always synonymous with most legislative houses.
Okay.
Lobbying, padding, rubber stamping.
Well, when you talk of rubber stamping, because that's what people say, because it's like they always expect you to be confrontational with the executive. But that is not democracy. Those who defined and originated the idea of democracy is a game of checks and balances and not confrontation. And that is where lobbying may come in. For instance, during the budget defense, during the budget program, we invited the Commissioner for Works. Okay, Governor had submitted his budget. Some of these commissioners that were key, we invited them to our budget retreat. Put your papers on the table. What do you want to do? Their members were able to ask, in this budget, what is on the table for my constituency? What is on the table for health? Public, the masses may not see this. We sat there, we argued, we fought. We did not throw chairs anyway, because Omolakin Wuliola. But we told them point blank, when it came to the area of health, we told them, please, what is happening in the health sector should not be happening. They were there. The budget commissioner was there, where we asked him why this percentage for this, why that percentage for that. Why did you, your budget performance, you said is about 70% or something like that. We had to tell him, like, this budget performance is global. We need sectoral performance. And he gave us sectoral performance. And where they did not perform well, we told them. There were occasions, yes, with the budget that we removed from agency A, put from agency B. We might not have touched the overall budget significantly.
Is that what people misconstrue as padding?
That is not padding now. I don't know. That padding, the issue of padding mostly comes from the federal or national.
Yeah,
in the state, what do you pad? How much do we have to spend? This one now, we have a budget of 1.6 trillion. Out of that 1.6 trillion, our IGR, our federal receipt, and everything out of 1.6, I don't think it can be more than 1 trillion or 1.1. We still have to go out, and that is what we call capital receipts, to fund the budget. So what do we have to pad? When even what was available is not even enough for our anticipation.
At the federal level, reality or speculation? Padding.
They said
from your point of view.
I wouldn't know what is happening there. I don't know what is happening there. I am conversant with what is happening in Ogun State. In Ogun State, there is nothing like padding. But you see, when people talk of padding or whatever, don't take it away completely from constituency projects that people talk about. But you see, on constituency projects, even at the National Assembly, you are given envelopes that, okay, each honorable member or each senator should bring projects in his constituency that worth so amount. That will be put in MDAs and are to be executed by these MDAs. So if that is what people call padding, I don't know. It is allowed. Okay, Governor Abeokuta wants to spend 1.6 trillion. I should be able to ask him, Oga, what is going to happen to Odeda? Which I have done. But when they say, okay, we are going to tie OGTV route, for instance, we are going to tie this, and I feel there are some projects that are of more paramount interest. I can ask him, what about this with this? And that was what led to the idea of constituency project in the first instance. That, okay, peradventure, we have not covered what your interest is, peradventure, what you have promised your people and this, okay, go and bring projects to be included in the budget.
How much of cooperation are you getting from the executives as far as constituency projects issue is concerned in Ogun State?
For now, we have, what we have had so far in Ogun State in the area of constituency project is unprecedented. Because we were given envelopes, and the envelopes have never ever been done or given by any previous governor. I stand to be corrected. And that is why you can see that one of the issues is that people should be able to come out and say, this project, I facilitated it. This project, I did it with my money. When you facilitate a project, it's quite different from, it is you that brought it, it is you that input it into the budget, but it is not your money. You don't have 100% say. You don't even have 70% say after putting it on the budget. Practically, government is supposed, even the contract award must go through the normal procurement, bidding processes, people tender, contractors tender. But if for instance, the mile 6 electricity that we did to Obasha Jegunle Farm Settlement, I told people that this is a constituency project facilitated by me. It is not my money. But I told them this is what I need, and one part of the things I need in my project, in my constituency. And the contract was awarded, and it was done. Yes, I have the opportunity of commissioning it, so that they will know that it is a contract facilitated by me. It is a project facilitated by me.
When a constituency project is approved, is it to your tent, O Israel? Or how come some legislatures are accused of not being sincere, while some are always giving thumb up for the type of constituency project they, where does the supervision comes from?
There are two ways to it. The supervision comes from the government, because we have agencies that are established for that. For instance,
if you facilitate a constituency project,
yes,
you bring the contractor.
I don't have to bring the contractor.
But you may bring the contractor.
It's not even legal for me to bring the contractor.
Okay.
But I can always influence. The influence is this: if you give my project to a contractor who is not performing, I should be able to write the speaker, the supervising agency, that this contractor is not doing the right job, and they will be called to question. But if I decide to say, okay, it is okay, it is okay, it is okay, and it is not okay, who do people blame? They will blame me. That, Shebi, you brought the project there. Go and see what they have done. And if they have not done anything good, yes, and you are there, you did not take up the supervising body, you did not put them to test, you did not question them while those things were done, why would people not say you have connived?
Mr. Speaker, do states also experience unspent budgetary allocations? If that is so, what happens? What has been the experience in Ogun State?
Unspent budgetary allocation, that is where there is even money. Don't forget that budget is a statement of intention.
Okay.
That is, budget is a statement of intention. This is what I want to do. And that is, I want to build OGTV to the tune of 1 billion. How do you get the money? Well, I'll get the money from capital receipts, that is loan. I can get the money from federal allocation. I can get the money from IGR. Now, let us ration it. The three sources now can only give you 500 million instead of 1 billion. And you spend that 500 million on that project. Do you now say there is unspent budget when the money is not even there? But when the money is there, it has been budgeted for, it has been allocated, and it has been given or paid into the MDA. That is when you talk of unspent. But in Ogun State, it doesn't happen that way. The money is not even there to talk of is an unspent budget.
Allocation.
So the allocation is done on paper. That, okay, Ministry of Health, 13%, Ministry of Education, 17%, Ministry of Agri, 10%, just like that. But not that they have the money in their coffers. So how do you now come up with unspent allocation?
You are the Speaker of the 10th Assembly.
Yes.
We did not start as the Speaker ab initio.
Yes.
We cannot pretend not to know some of the politics surrounding your emergence. So to say, in quote, what politics is involved in emergence of a speaker? Sharing from a personal experience.
In emergence of the speaker?
Sharing from a personal experience.
What?
Ab initio, you wanted to become the speaker, it did not materialize. But something happened along the line and you became the speaker, and you are still the speaker by the grace of God.
Ab initio, I did not emerge.
But you wanted to?
I wanted to, I aspired to. Okay. I even wanted to go for election.
Okay.
But don't forget that there is something, and I always tell people, that the governor, the speaker, and the CJ, they are heads of different arms of government, but they are not equal. If we were equal, they would have said, Speaker, number one, CJ, number one, Governor, number one. But they both said, Governor is number one. They even said, the deputy is number two, which ought not to be, because the governor and his or her deputy shares the same ticket. It's supposed to be governor number one, House of Assembly number two, the CJ number three. But that is not what we are using. So if they say somebody is number one, another one is number three, somebody is superior than somebody. And if a governor is coming, the chief executive is coming, governor, president, he will want to be, we are human beings, interested in who come in as the speaker. So he will act within the information within his experience that, oh, I want this person to be the speaker. The only thing he cannot do is to just come there and say, this is the speaker, because it may result into voting. And that was what happened in our own case. You see, the first day, we could not reach a truce. The second time, it was tough. Since 8 or 9 in the morning, we could not reach any leeway until I said, okay, if I want to serve the people and this is what is happening, why does it worth the blood or the soul or the life of anybody? And I said, okay, my people, you know we have fought a good fight. This is the preferred candidate. Let us give him the chance.
And what now led to your emergence?
What led to my emergence really was, you know, in the House of Assembly, in the legislature, your language as the head must be we and not I. Sometimes, even with the executive, I do tell them that the governor can say, I am the governor. Even the deputy governor can say, I am the deputy governor. Even the SSG can say, I am the SSG. But in our own case, Your I is speaking for we. So the moment you don't carry the members along, whether good or bad, you are bound to have problem. If you don't know how to maneuver, how to factor them in, you don't railroad them, you don't command them. Okay, what do you want us to do? If they say, Mr. Speaker, you are going this way, we want this way. Even if the way you are going is wrong, is right, and they say no, you have to talk them into it. So the Speaker has to be the #1 lobbyist. You lobby your members, you lobby your colleagues, because we are all equal. Their constituents voted them in. You are not superior as the Speaker to any one of them. They put you there. And the moment they say, we don't want you, if you cannot maneuver, the next thing is to throw in the towel. Else, they will mess you up.
So, as the Speaker of the State Assembly, you sleep with your 2 eyes closed, not afraid of an emergency impeachment.
You see, I have a nature. I have a nature that is somehow different in life. Like people coming to me on 2027 and I said, why are you bothering me on 2027? I live for today and I scheme about the future. If they don't want me, so be it. If they still want me, so be it. But I won't give myself headache or psychological trauma because I am afraid of being removed or not. Though it will be a thing of shame, but at the same time, in politics, nothing is strange.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. The day it happened, to many of us, it was unexpected. But when you found yourself, this is happening, you now say, it's better I join or I don't.
You're still watching Political Updates on OGTV with me, Akim Akitunde, and I'm having as my guest discussing legislature amid party politics, the Right Honorable Oludai Elemide, the Speaker of the Ogun State Assembly. Speaker, I'm still going to bother you about 2027 because that is the nature of you politicians. Yes. Immediately you come in, you start talking about 2027, but not as a personal candidate, not in your personal office. But we'll talk about 2027 because we are looking into party politics as well. But we'll come back and continue this discussion after this break. Welcome back. It's still Political Update. And of course, Right Honorable Oludai Elemide is still here. We're counting down to 2027.
Yes.
We know what is happening at the federal level. I mean, people are beginning to see APC as the party to beat. And people are saying APC might not have problems inter-party, but APC might have problems intrally, so to say. But I want to bring you down to Ogun State. We are counting down. People are showing interest. What is the situation in APC as far as 2027 is concerned, especially as is concerned governorship? Prince Abeokuta is completing his term. And of course, we all know a whole lot of body languages here and there that have been coming, showing interest. So, As a key member of APC, what are we likely to witness?
Well, let's place all the cards on the table. What will play out? Yes. Who is the governor's, or where is the governor's interest? Where is the party leader's interest? Some people will look at zoning. What happened to zoning? Zoning is not cast in stone, but it's a very strong factor in picking who contests for governorship. Don't forget that we have, okay, take for instance, we have 3 senatorial districts. After the advent of OGD, we have 4 divisions that we are using. Ijebu, Remo, Egba, Yewa, Yewa Wuri, Rie or something like that. Everybody wants to have a shot at the #1 seat. Some people are saying we have never had a stint in it, but that is not a blanket approval because nobody denied you. And at the same time, some people are saying it is our turn, it is our turn. They have produced 2 governors, and people should be able to say, why only you? So there are many cards on the table.
But I think the clearest card now is the fact that nobody can say I want to be governor again from the governor's zone, or it is just a moral thing.
It is a moral thing. Anybody can come out from the governor's zone. Because I said zoning is not cast in stone. It's not cast in iron. It's not cast in stone. It's not even cast in whatever you want to say. So anybody can come out and say, you come out, if you can win, then you win. If I have to contest, I don't know, if I have to say I'm going back to the House of Assembly, yes, there are many aspirants against me already. If I say it is rep, there are many aspirants against me already.
And that also depends.
And you cannot tell them not to vie.
And that also depends on where the governor emerges from.
It all depends. That one is on who becomes the speaker.
The speaker, I agree.
Not who becomes a member.
Yeah, sure.
So those that are interested, those that are showing interest, you don't muzzle them. You allow a plain and a neutral ground. Let everybody sort it out. You want to serve, and people say don't serve us. Then you go back to your profession. And I've said it up to time that politics should be for those who have established or made it in their legal endeavors in life. We must believe that we must say, what are you bringing to the table? Who are you? What were your contributions? It's not that somebody just come, oh, I want to contest in 2027. They will bring one foundation, that foundation, they say they are doing empowerment. No. But you see, we don't do that. We don't do that here. They must ask. Even if you traveled or something, I attended primary school, I attended, and I traveled out, and I made my money. See, dollars are picked on the streets of US. Of sterling are picked on the street. They must be able to scrutinize where are you coming from. And that's why I said legislator, even in the real sense of it, should have been on a part-time basis. Let's go for sitting. Let me get my sitting allowance. Let me still be able to go back to my profession. But now it's not like that. Except in Greek, you have to forget your profession.
So as far as today is concerned, no clarity yet.
There is no clarity.
You cannot get the governor's body language yet. And you cannot say those people that people are speculating are likely to be...
yes, people will have to speculate. And that speculation too, the party always consider speculation. They want to know. If they know that this guy cannot win an election for us, they may not likely go his way. Because they will say, this is what people are saying. If we present so-so candidate, I think it will be easier for us to win election. But that is one. But the next thing is, who is this candidate? Even if we win election, will he not destroy our party? Will he not become an emperor? Will he not become an autocrat or a dictator? Party will now put the manifestos in front of them. Are you in tandem with this manifesto? Those are what we should do. You must not go out of this manifesto. Are you prepared to abide, to stick to our manifesto?
And where does this leave people like you, principal holders, you strong stakeholders, in terms of palpable tension, in terms of pressure?
If you are not ready to face pressure, don't come into politics. Don't come and contest any election. Politics is about pressure. Politics is about hypertension that will not kill you if you don't want it to kill you. So there will be tension. There will be tension. The only person now in Ogun State that I can say is free, that as far as governorship is concerned, is the governor, the present governor. He cannot go for third term. Even if he wanted to. It's not
Is it compulsory for him to show interest in any candidate?
He can. As a human being, he can. He may think of who is going to continue my policy. But some people will say they are interested because they want somebody who will cover their track. If that is the case, that is left to the governor. But he will still want to show interest in who succeeds him. But that should not be above the interest of the party. Because he too got his ticket. He did not manufacture his ticket from heaven. He did not use his father's name to contest election. By one way or the other, he got the ticket.
Personally.
And that is where we talk of party supremacy. That is winning and dying in Nigerian politics.
Do you see, we can't pretend, and that's where this program is, that's why we're having this kind of program. Do you see the altercation, political altercation between the governor and a senator, a former governor representing Ogun East, Senator Gbenga Daniel, as a warning of drums of war?
Drums of war will sound. Drums of war will be beaten. And that is it in politics. But you see, I always tell people, are we sincere in this country? Are we sincere in this nation? Do we really want to serve? I put it in Yoruba to people. Let there be altercations. People will confront you. People will antagonize you. People will oppose you. And that is why we are different from the whites. Let me put it this way. See their own kind of opposition. They have opposition. See their kind of oppositions. At times, when the program of the ruling party is in consonance with the opposition, there, the opposition will commend you. But in Nigeria, so far, it is not my party. That ruling party can never do anything good. People are talking of prices. I know as a farmer how much this government have helped as a farmer. It's affecting me negatively and it has affected me positively. Take for instance, poultry feed. Before Tinubu came on board, we bought a ton of maize for as high as 850,000 naira per ton, 900,000 naira per ton. Now, a ton of maize is less than, the last one I bought is less than 500,000 per ton. Yes, it's affecting me positively. But when the festive period came, that I was thinking, oh, an old layer bed I'll sell for as low as 15,000. Now it is 8,000. So as somebody who wants to make profit, I'll say, I'm not, my calculations, this. But globally, it is better for the country. When you want to oppose, but be objective in your opposition. Objectivity, that is what is not common. That is even within the party. Somebody who wants to succeed somebody in the same party will still want to run the person occupying that post down. Pulling down syndrome, pulling down attitude. And that is what is happening, that you see this one is fighting, this one, that one is fighting. That is the truth.
We cannot lie that recent time the governor has faced a lot of, how do I call it, criticisms, especially on social media, on this, on that, on road. Does he deserve it?
I can say, the mouth is a servant. You can send him on any errand. He will follow you now. Anybody can ask anything. If you want to tell me that in the area of media or information or whatever, we can say the governor's media is not doing enough. But if you sit down one-on-one with the governor, you will know
that he has done
wonderfully. To me, I tell people that in the past 3 governors, 1, 2, 3, to me, that Abeokuta is the most gentleman of them.
As far as 2027 is concerned, has the race begun?
2027. It does.
We should just
wait. Yes, the race. Okay, we are in our own party. Primaries, Congress is February, March. That is where we choose delegates. So if I want to contest an election, will I not be interested in who becomes what in the party? The race has started. But the reason why we want to lie low is that the moment everybody is aware that the race has started, you start spending.
So it doesn't matter what you have been spending in the past few years. When the race really commences, you start all over. That is the nature of politics.
That is it. Now you start, three different monies. That is what you must make, you must prepare. When you come in, you want to satisfy your constituents. But satisfying your constituents does not mean they will. Because people always forget.
This very quick one. People know, or they pretend they don't know, or they don't know what the work of a legislature is. How do you manage the pressure? Because there are things they expect you to do that is not within your purview. How do you manage it?
Well, Margaret Thatcher once told Tony Blair that when he was complaining about Americans then, Britons abusing him, lambasting him, she told him, you have not developed enough thick skin to rule Britain. Any person, anybody in politics that is in position must develop enough thick skin. Some people will text me, I will say thank you. Some people will say, you are not even answering us, you are not even responding. I'll say glory be to God.
Anyway, I've been having as a guest for the past 50 minutes or so, Right Honorable Oluda Iselemide, who is the Speaker of the House of Assembly. I've been looking at legislature amid party politics. Of course, I'm the Speaker here is not, so I'm asking you people at home, if you have enjoyed this company and the way he has answered my question all through the time I've been talking to him, say aye, okay? And if you have not enjoyed him, say nay. The ayes.
The ayes have it.
So, your New Year message. Your New Year message to the people.
My New Year message is to tell people that politics has started. Shine your eyes. Shine your eyes. Shine your eyes.
I want to thank you very much again for coming onto the program, for being our very first guest on this maiden edition of Political Updates on OGTV. We'll see you again next week, God willing, with another interesting guest, another interesting topic. And of course, we always start with packages of latest political updates here and there, so far it is within Nigeria, or even at times, if it affects Nigeria, from outside Nigeria. I remain yours sincerely, Hakeem Akitunde. Thanks for watching.